Turns out that if you're over 55 years of age, you have a 1 in 8 shot of developing Alzheimer's disease. So 1 out of every 20 people over the age of 65 suffers from Alzheimer's disease, and that number doubles every 5 years thereafter. That means 1 out of every 10 people over the age of 70, 1 out of every 5 people over the age of 75, and 1 out of every 2 to 3 people over the age of 80 to 85. If you don't yet know someone with Alzheimer's disease, chances are pretty high that you will in the very near future, and it may even be scary because that person might be you. The youngest person that I've ever heard of being diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease was 33 years of age. I would say UCI Mind is considered one of the leading centers for Alzheimer's disease research.
The fantastic thing about UCI is the collaboration between the different groups and the interaction. So that's the best environment for fostering the development of grad students and postdocs.
Here at UCI, we research all the way from the bench through to the bedside.
So one of the things we're really most excited about are some of our experiments in stem cells. And what we found that these cells can improve learning and memory. The way that they're doing this is incredibly unique. It's something we'd never seen before in the lab. And it's really opened up an avenue of research for us to explore other potential treatments.
There are several drugs that are on the market currently that provide a modest benefit to at least some patients. There's many drugs that are in clinical trials or in late stages of preclinical trials. I think within the next 5 years you're going to see some pretty impressive breakthroughs. That's my prediction.
Do we have a better understanding of the risk factors that lead to Alzheimer's disease? Do we have a better understanding of the genetics underlying this disease? Do we have a better understanding of the disease mechanism that underlies the process? The answer to that is yes, absolutely. Do we have a treatment for Alzheimer's disease or a cure that's coming on the market today or tomorrow? Then of course the answer is no.
Every time you see Nancy, you see a smile on her face. I miss the smiles a lot.
When your mind goes and you can't do your normal daily activities, you can't take care of your family, that's a hugely devastating thing, and that's what UCI Mind focuses on.
After I started doing research with Dr. Frank Laferla on Alzheimer's disease, I found out that my mom has Alzheimer's disease, and it's had a really definite impact on the family, but it's also put kind of a fire in my belly to really pursue this in terms of getting our research right to the clinics and helping people as best we can.
We went through the testing and we had the final results where they give you, you have the family meet with Dr. Malcolm Dick. I don't know if everybody gets to meet with Dr. Malcolm Dick. We did. And you're in a private room and he has the brain scans and he has all the tests that were done, the written test and the scores and everything. And apparently he's supposed to tell the family what the challenge is and where we're going to go forward. He chose to do something totally different. Knowing Nancy was a clinician like him, he said, Nancy, we're not going to give this to the family. You and I, as medical people, are going to go over these results and decide what the answer is and what we should do. And the respect that he showed by doing that was so immensely important to Nancy. It made a lot of difference in her attitude towards moving forward as opposing to fighting. Alzheimer's doesn't get very much funding from the government relative to other diseases. I believe that part of that is due to the fact that they think it's an old people's disease. It is not an old people's disease. 50 is not old. I know one doctor at UCI Mind told me that he had a 40-year-old woman with kids under 5 that is diagnosed with the disease. It's a disease that a lot of people are getting, and as we get older in the demographic, there are going to be more and more people who lose their life at a time when they should be flourishing.
this epidemic of dementia that we're facing over the next 10, 20, and 30 years is going to be really devastating for the country economically.
30 years ago, this country made a concerted effort to invest in trying to find treatments for cancer. And it's taken 30 years, but they're making huge strides. And in the case of things like Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's disease, it's going to take a while. It's not going to happen overnight, but we need to invest now that maybe 20, 30 years from now, we'll reap the rewards and those diseases will be treatable.
Donations and other sources of income are absolutely crucial for our continued success.
It takes so much money, it takes dedication. I'm convinced the dedication is there, the facilities are there, but the money isn't there at UCI Mind. It needs to be. It needs to be. Nancy would just absolutely want that.
UCI Mind is Orange County's only federal and state-designated Alzheimer's disease research center and clinic. But we're more or less going to own all of Alzheimer's disease. You know, we will be the center of Alzheimer's disease education and outreach in Orange County. And I'm really proud of that fact.
Come join UCI Mind for our annual fundraiser, Time of Your Life. Research today, hope tomorrow.